What can you tell us about selection this week? All the teams coming in?
All the teams will come out in an hour or so, but Liam Duggan will play first game. So really excited about that. He's earned his spot, and yeah, we're looking forward to seeing him play.
He was super impressive. He was one in particular goal on the weekend. Did you see that one on tape and think, wow, we've got something really special?
Oh, look, we're not going to put too much pressure on him, but he deserves his spot. You know, he's been pretty consistent at that WAFL level for an 18-year-old, and he got tagged on the weekend. So we think there's an opportunity for him to play, and we'll see how he goes.
What can you tell us about him as a player?
Oh, he's a midfielder. You know, I think there's a bit of class about him. Obviously, there's some years to come and development to go through, but he's playing like a man at the moment. So whether he can last a full game or not's the next challenge for him. And we won't be putting too much pressure on Liam, but it's just exciting to get another fresh face in the side.
Potentially a sub, perhaps, Adam?
We'll look at it. Yeah, we'll have to see what type of team Carlton put out as well, and we'll make that decision tomorrow.
Will you still stay with Lamb and Nelson in the team? Obviously, they've kind of been the team for much of the NAB challenge.
Yeah, I don't want to give away too much. We'll wait until the team's announced in an hour or two.
Will Schofield play? How's he tracking this week?
Yeah, he'll play this week.
Was there concussion? Is he okay?
He's fine. 100%. Trained all week and no worries.
He's I guess a big boost for your defence.
He helps.
Stocks up there.
Yeah. Oh, look, we've been hit with a few injuries in key positions, but we'll play best side available, and we've got every confidence we can get the job done.
Did you have to pass the concussion test, or there was no risk at all?
I'm not sure. All I got told he's fine.
Your defence was actually really good last week. It seemed the midfield was the issue. Do you identify that, and how do you go about addressing some of the issues in there?
Yeah, we were pretty happy with our defence last week. I mentioned that earlier in the week. What it does do is you got to pull away from other areas to help bolster that. So, you know, our midfield, we've spoken about it throughout the week, probably got outperformed by the Bulldogs, and they had more numbers running through there, and the weight of numbers, I think we had 41 inside 50s to 58. So that's why I thought the defence actually held up okay.
Is there anything that's a quick fix in the midfield, or is it something that like the same issue?
Yeah, there's no quick fix. I mean, you've got to keep developing, keep building, keep putting faith in some players. But it does get a point when that faith gets tested. So at the moment, we still feel like we've had a good pre-season in the midfield. We've got good personnel in there, and now it's about getting it done.
Do the guys kind of know that if you don't notice, you know that they can't put that in?
Yeah, look, it's a collective. I mean, it's they underperformed on the weekend as a unit, but it's not just the midfield; it's everyone.
You say your defence held up pretty well against the Bulldogs. Have you had to readjust any thinking, given that obviously Mackenzie and Brown out there, and Schofield and McGovern are, I guess, the two tools? What changes?
Yeah. Oh, we have to adjust, no doubt, and we have to plan. We have to plan at East Perth and at WAFL, because we need to keep developing some bigs, and we've lost two key defenders for 12 months. So we have to look at our list profile and what we need to work on, and adjust that.
So will you be trying to manufacture a tall back for your AFL team this weekend, or would you be making a change at East Perth level to see if someone can play as a tall back at that level and maybe bring them up to the AFL level?
A bit of both. Yeah, we've got to look at it. We've got to be smart about it as well. So it does give opportunity to guys at East Perth to play down back, but I think it'd be silly of us just to assume that the guys we've got playing tomorrow night are going to hold the fort for the whole year. So we need to develop. We've got developing key defenders as well as guys we might have to throw back there to see how they go.
So can you, perhaps at East Perth level, without giving too much away about what you're going to do against Carlton, you're able to say someone who might get a different role in the WAFL this week to start to work towards that solution? Yeah,
I won't go too deep on it, but you know, it won't take you too much to look at our list and see who we've got available. Anyone who's over 6'1" might get a crack down there. Look, Cal Sinclair's one who we may look at. Fraser McInnes, like there's guys who we've got who play key position or ruck that we may look at stages just to see how they go.
I think they'll get a chance to learn that on the run. Your teams select perhaps an extra tall now against you, knowing that you've lost your two key defenders.
Yeah, I can't control what teams do. I think most teams play their own way. If they go into selection processes trying to expose with our lack of height down there, that's up to them to decide.
Adam, there seemed to be a discrepancy in your midfield performance last week when Nick was on the ball and when he was not on the ball. When he was not on the ball, that appeared to be when the Bulldogs got hold of you a little bit and scored. How do you even that out?
Yeah, well, we played 2 rucks, and Scotty unfortunately didn't have his best game on the weekend. Played against a really good ruckman in Will. But it's part of our development, and what we want to get out of our midfield is we've got what we think is a really good combination. So we're looking for a consistent approach, doesn't matter who's in there. And Scott knows that he probably underperformed on the weekend, and he's playing tomorrow night, and he's just got to back it up.
He's only played less than 20 games, and he had 5 guys, I think, it might have been more, with less than 20 games on the weekend. Has Jeremy's performances put pressure on the other guys in terms of the quality of what they're supposed to turn up with week in, week out?
Look, it's exciting for the club to have a young list that's developing, but it also comes with a bit of expectation too. These guys are looking around and realising they're the guys who we need to step up. It's a lot to ask. You're going to have ups and downs like we did with Scott, and Gov's not going to be best on ground every week. So we're always striving for that consistency. You just don't get it with the guys who have played under 20 games. So we understand that, and we're looking bigger picture. But in the same breath, we want to win, and we expect them to perform.
What did you make of Carlton against Richmond in that opener?
Yeah, well, look, it's they had every chance. They probably kicked themselves out of it a little bit, and I'm sure they would have looked at that in their own way. Obviously, it didn't end up in a victory, but I thought they were really competitive. And we've got 2 teams coming off losses, round 2, Friday night. It's a big game, and we're looking forward to it.
There's been a bit of a push by some people for perhaps a mid-season trade or a mid-season draft, and I know you're asked about it after the game. You don't have much time to think about it then, but do you have a view on that, whether you'd like to see something like that included?
Yeah, look, I'm sure there's a committee somewhere looking at the possibility, but at the moment I can't really dig too deep in my thoughts on that, because I've just got to deal with what we've got now. And there's some lists with no injuries at the moment, so I'm sure they're not asking those guys the same question. Unfortunately, we've got some injuries at the moment, but we just got to play our best side and make do with what we've got at the moment. I'll let the committees and others worry about what we should do in the future.